Jawili Shana waretni, shana wazene, shana wareto, shana wastuku, shana reasana.
The story basically tells about the day in the life of two characters who are in this place of limbo. So they're unable to escape, nor do they want to, because they're so reliant on each other as part of their daily life and daily ritual, and it becomes a sort of love-hate relationship, and they find themselves unable to leave even though they perhaps really want to, and even though perhaps they feel like they're even drowning at times.
What happens when two individuals cohabit for so long that they start moving and talking like each other, for better or for worse? And in this case, what it appears is that Mirjam has made the choice of cohabiting in a very tight space and have pretty much a couple that are in a rut, that really cannot live with each other but cannot live without them because it's been too long, and there are not many other options outside for them. And I think that's the sadness of it, but that's also the very waiting for Godot moment where nothing happens, and nothing happens twice, as they used to say.
The dance happens in a very precise area, and that is partly because we commissioned this piece to be performed in non-theatrical spaces if we wanted to. So Javier came with this idea of the carpet that sets a space, and that's very useful when we go to places which are not in theater. But the carpet also has, I think, many connotations or can lead to many interpretations. First, there is just the mundane and the domesticity of a carpet that could be like an old pub carpet, something that is quite homely of, you know, house and interior, but also it's a very clear square, and you have the dancers with the wrestling lucha libre masks, so there is a sense of them having rounds, you know, having a fight, having a constantly wrestling each other. And
todos no estaban de acuerdo cuando y donde bombardear se sientan los presidentes en la silla del gobierno, luego mandan a la guerra a la gente de su pueblo.
So I kept telling dancers that I wanted them to think of it as a cocktail, a very selective cocktail, in which at the end we cannot distinguish what the ingredients are because it has taken a flavor of its own. Camino Rio was one of them. The fascination on Mexicana, most certainly another one, which I have a great respect and love for, as well as Tennessee did. Beckett, Waiting for Godot, most certainly. Brecht, there is a Brechtian aspect to it, especially in the costumes. And I think all of it as well has to do with the fact that somehow by telling the dancers and the company that I will be working with those ingredients, it means that I force them to read. And it's very nice to see dancers reading Brecht and Beckett and Camino Real and enjoying it and feeding within it. So I think in many ways it's very method-like, that because they have read it and they now know it so well, it has influenced the way that they move, that they think, that they approach the world. We're all on the same level creatively.
I think what was most inspiring is that when we started working with Javier, he, from day one, was less a choreographer but more a director. And how we worked was that the movement was treated like a script. And the script got laid down very early on in the creative process, in the first week. And the script or the words or the movement hasn't changed that much in the following 3 weeks. But what has massively changed is why and how we are saying what we are saying.
Maru skoanu yunu, skoanu itajasa, itanda yubinjahi, dubiha kanu skoanuro.
It's almost as if the movement is born out of our loves, our frustrations, our anxieties, our anger, our sadness, our jealousy. So the movement all comes from that sort of emotive place rather than intellectual place.
Inidero sumaroku hanude suniku te yude suniku hitode undu nu hatinyuro.